Relocating to a new country is an exhilarating journey, but it also presents various financial hurdles. One common concern that many people have is how to manage their money transfers. In this video, I'll take a closer look at 2 platforms for sending money from the UK to Pakistan, India, and beyond. Welcome back to my channel. Let's kick things off with our agenda. First, we'll discuss the different methods available for transferring money online from the UK to India. The first option is through banks, which is the most widely used method for sending funds from the UK. Most banks rely on the traditional SWIFT network for international money transfers. You can easily start a transfer from your personal bank account while logged into the Money Transfer Services website. However, there are some downsides compared to other money transfer companies. Firstly, their exchange rates tend to be unfavorable. Secondly, the fees can be quite high. Thirdly, the processing times are often slow, usually taking several business days or more for the funds to arrive. Lastly, banks often impose hidden fees on international payments. Even if their advertisements claim to offer fee-free transfers, there's really no such thing as a free transfer. To sum it up, banks typically aren't the most favorable choice for currency conversion. A better alternative is to use remittance companies, which are non-bank entities that leverage networks of agents and banks to facilitate payments and transfers internationally. They often offer competitive exchange rates with lower fees, and sending money through these companies is generally quicker, with funds reaching your Indian bank account within 24 to 72 hours. In today's market, remittance companies have gained significant popularity. I'll be discussing some of these companies and the advantages of using them for money transfers. After conducting research and learning from past mistakes that cost me money, I've concluded that remittance companies are the superior option for international money transfers, considering all the factors I've mentioned. There are several remittance companies operating in the UK, such as Wise, formerly TransferWise, TransferGo, Western Union, Remitly, NhS, to name a few. Now, let's address the safety of online money transfers. Before sending money through any remittance company, it's essential to verify whether they are regulated by the FCA. The FCA, or Financial Conduct Authority, is the regulatory body in the UK that oversees businesses handling people's money, assets, or financial data, ensuring client protection and fair practices, similar to the RBI in India. If a company is FCA regulated, you can send your money with confidence, knowing it's secure. Moving on to the next topic, when comparing the best money transfer companies for sending pounds to Indian rupees, remember that the exchange rate isn't the only consideration. You should also take into account the transfer costs, delivery speed, and payment methods available. 1. Let's dive into a discussion about 2 remittance companies, Wise and iFast. I'll explain why these options stand out compared to others. Wise is a well-established company based in London, boasting over 16 million customers and facilitating money transfers to approximately 40 countries. You can easily use their mobile app or website, with most transactions completed within an hour, making it significantly faster than traditional banks. Additionally, they offer a debit card that allows you to withdraw currency while traveling. For instance, many students come to the UK for their studies, and instead of carrying cash, using this debit card to withdraw pounds is a smart choice. You can also use it for transactions in any country you visit. Now, let's move on to the second service, iFast Global Bank. This digital bank combines the security of a fully licensed institution, like Lloyds or Barclays, with the cost-effectiveness and quick service of online money transfer companies like Wise. iFast is also a fully licensed UK digital bank, regulated just like traditional banks. One of its appealing features is the free and fast cross-currency money transfers to over 30 currencies, whether to overseas bank accounts or e-wallets, with no fees even for small amounts like £1. This is particularly beneficial for those who need to send small sums home regularly without incurring any charges. 1. Another important point to consider is that your cash savings can earn a competitive interest rate of up to 4.25% on the entire balance, provided certain conditions are met. Over time, as your savings grow, you can really notice the difference in the interest earned. With all these factors in mind, I'd love to hear in the comments which bank or remittance service you're using and your reasons for choosing them. Now, let's move on to agenda item number 4. Is there a limit on sending money to India from the UK? First off, there's no legal cap on the amount you can send from the UK to India. However, individual money transfer services may set their own daily or monthly limits for international transactions. When it comes to these remittance limits, we need to consider the regulations of both the sending country, which is the UK, and the receiving country, India. In the UK, you can send any amount overseas using various payment methods, whether it's online transfers, wire transfers, or cash pickups. Similarly, in India, there's no limit on how much money you can receive, although you might need to declare it for tax reasons depending on where the funds come from. As for my recommendation, I suggest keeping an eye on the value of the pound, as an increase will allow you to transfer more money and receive a better amount in India. Of course, if you need to send money urgently, you can do so at any time. I also recently found out that transferring money from India to the UK can be done through Wise, which means you won't have to visit a physical bank or deal with paperwork. Everything can be handled smoothly online. Lastly, always compare prices, as having multiple options for sending money from the UK to India gives you the flexibility to choose the most cost-effective method without spending extra pounds. I hope you find this information useful. Looking forward to seeing you in the next video.